Greetings, you've landed at the VUC, IP Communications and VoIP community. We would like to thank Simwood.com for their support. Simwood can turn you as a developer into a telco. Our hosted PBX is from OnSIP.com, and you can go to GetOnSIP.com for a URL people can click to call you. We've been privileged over the last 5 years to be using the best conference bridge on the planet. Yes, I'm talking about ZipDX.com, full color, full featured, full HD conference bridge. Our website, vuc.me on the webs, hosted by Bluehost.com. And our worldwide local rate dial-ins are from Voxbone.com. Okay, and you are tuned into this special VUC 593 May 12th we're coming live from Amsterdam, OpenSIPS Summit. I have to mention for 2 seconds that you can see us, the VUC, in Berlin next week at a thing called Camellia World. It's May 18th to 20th. So without further ado, we're going to switch over to, as soon as I put back the topic, there we go. Switch over to Bogdan and the team. Bogdan, hello and welcome back after all these years.
Thank you, Rudy. Thank you very much. We are here at the end of 3 long days of summit with a lot of new things to share, a lot of impressions. To be honest, we are simply exhausted of all this effort and let's say all the emotions in terms of accomplishing this event. We had 2 days of presentations, finding out what's new in SIP world. We had presentations about, of course, OpenSIPS, about latest releases, especially about future plans, also about the whole ecosystem in terms of SIP. The SIP capturing project and Homer were here. We had the Janus project also, presentations about FreeSwitch. So there are a lot of things related to the SIP world going on. There were 2 days. We had almost 60 plus people attending and sharing a lot of useful information. And for the first time today, in the 3rd day, we had the OpenSIPS design clinics, where we shared our knowledge and experience in terms of building SIP platforms with people who wanted to get feedback or to validate their impressions or ideas on how to build OpenSIPS-based platforms. So that's what I'm saying. There were like 3 full days. Now we are at the end of this, and we are just happy with the turnout. With Amsterdam, actually, it's a great place to have the event. It's already for the second year being here, and it was better and bigger since last year.
Definitely.
And definitely we will continue with this event in this location. We shared with the people, with the participants, our plans, present and future, in terms of what we want to accomplish with the OpenSIPS project, and not necessarily from coding perspective, but also from how we see the future of the project, what we want to plan for the future, because at the end of the day, that's the important thing. It's what you want to build. And there were like 2 great days. We have here a wonderful team of people actually contributing. We have also Lorenzo and Celeste from QXIP. Many thanks to them for helping and contributing in organizing and setting up this this event. They really did an awesome job, and I want to thank them for that. In terms of what were the hot topics of this summit, I would like to underline two of them. One was related to the release of OpenSIPS 2.2 and the coolest new features we have over there. One of them is the brand new unique integration we have with the SIP Capture project in terms of having all the tools and all the features to support flexible and complex SIP capturing platforms. Starting from the OpenSIPS side for capturing the traffic and packing over the HEP protocol. Right now we simply support all the possible HEP versions, and which is something unique at this point and available only in OpenSIPS. It's the possibility to actually perform HEP proxying, which is, as Alexander said, it's one of the major, let's say, breakthrough in terms of the overall SIP capturing, the ability to manipulate, to investigate, to route the actual HEP protocol. So this opens new possibility in terms of scaling and building more flexible capturing platforms with Homer and with SIP capture tools. So that was the wonderful result of a collaboration between two open source projects, between OpenSIPS and SIP Capture. We worked together, we exchanged ideas, we let's say did brainstorming. We tried to look what people do need out there when running VoIP platforms, and we tried to come with solutions for them in such a way that, yes, we want to make their life easier in that. Basically, what we did together was addressing the real needs out there. Another interesting topic, I mean hot topic for the OpenSIPS 2.2 release was the clustering capability. Right now, starting with this version, we have the built-in capability in OpenSIPS to build dynamic clusters of OpenSIPS, basically to exchange, to share, to replicate data between OpenSIPS instances without the need of any other entity, external entity, like a database. Doesn't matter if it's an SQL or no SQL. No, we decided that from scalability and performance perspective, that is the best way to do it is to allow OpenSIPS to do like point-to-point communication between all the instances in the cluster, and that enabled a lot of new features and capabilities in terms of, let's say, building solutions, complex solutions, because we have to admit that at this point we cannot say that it's enough to have features. There is a real problem how to build distributed systems, distributed maybe for the reasons of scaling, maybe for simply geographical distribution. More or less the need goes in the same direction. You need something composed out of several instances to work together. So that's, in our opinion, the next milestone in the evolution of OpenSIPS. And we had quite a lot of experience from how to build such heavy traffic system, distributed, and then in terms of aggregating features, functionality together in a cluster. And we said, okay, let's put this together, let's wrap it up as a module, as a generic built-in support in OpenSIPS, in such a way that you can grow in terms of instances as much as you want. You don't have any kind of bottleneck in the design. So basically, there is no kind of a flow into this direction. We revealed what are the plans for the next releases. As something completely new, we will follow the development on two separate branches. So we're going to go in parallel with two new directions. One being following the directions of 2.x branch, basically continuing with enhancing the clustering support for OpenSIPS, and with adding more power in terms of and support for the asynchronous support in OpenSIPS. But in the same time, we want we already started the development on the 3.x branch, which brings a new set of radical changes. So following the radical changes we had from the 1x branch to the 2.x branch, which were the asynchronous support, in the 3.x branch, we work on revising the whole configuration part to address some critical problems in terms of operating VoIP systems, which is the necessity to reload configuration files without restarting, because that's a real issue out there in the real life, and to give the ability of external applications to control the behavior of OpenSIPS, basically to outsource the routing logic to other third party. So basically that will be the most important things that we plan to be done in OpenSIPS 3.x. And once again, these directions were given by the feedback we got both from our own experience in terms of running systems and also from other people experience. People who were here at the summit this year, last year, or exchanging opinions on the mailing list. And the typical issues are the ability to not only have a nice collection of features, but to have something that is controllable and reliable in terms of operating. And that translates in being able to monitor, to see what's going on over there. And there was a lot of work done and still planned for having a robust OpenSIPS to operator, to monitor, to see the involved resources. So to know what you are at that point, and to know what to expect in the next days. So basically to avoid the unexpected, because that's something that everybody's afraid in terms of operating systems. And again, from the operational perspective, we want to cut the necessity of, let's say, restarting each time you want to do a very small config change and things like that. Doesn't sound to be something really, dramatic. I mean, after all, you did a restart. But on quite complex system, that's actually a big issue, because you have live calls that you want to keep during a restart, so to be persistent during the restart. Not to mention that in OpenSIPS you may cache a lot of data, provisioning data. We have situations where you have like millions of routing rules, and caching it during a restart, caching into memory from a database may take minutes. So basically there are minutes where your system is down just because you wanted to add just a tiny line in your config file, and that may have a tremendous impact of your service. There are services, typical trunking services, where you may have like even 10,000 calls per second. So just do the calculation how many calls you're going to lose if you do like an 3, even 4 minutes restart, just because you have to do a lot of caching and prepared system. So basically that's a no-go, and that's why we want to address this problem. It may sound as a trivial one, but it's not in terms of coding. But okay, let's say that's our problem, so we have to fix it. And again, the necessity to integrate the OpenSIPs with other entities. So basically, at a point, the necessity to outsource the routing logic. So OpenSIPs will simply act more or less as a simple SIP stack, where the control is passed to another application, an external application, which may be in a different language, may be part of a, an existing platform, and the ability to, let's say, to have such an external application to control the SIP routing will open new possibilities in terms of building application servers or more complex interactions between OpenSIPs and the rest of systems. And this fits into the I wouldn't say policy, but the lines we want to follow for the future in terms of seeing OpenSIPs as a part of a huge ecosystem. It's not, let's say, a standalone project. Now, okay, we have a SIP server and that's it, nothing else around, but it's a integrated part, as I said, of a SIP ecosystem where you have other applications, other projects around that you need to interact. You have to interact at the end in order to build complex solutions. As we already saw, the necessity to be able to provide tracing capabilities, because without tracing, without understanding what's happening on the platform, basically you have a kind of a blind operation. So doing the SIP capturing at the end of the day is almost a must for the system. So we decided to take the burden of putting together the things on our shoulders and not to leave it on the end user shoulders. For the user, should be something simple. It's natural to have the two things together, so let's make them work together from the beginning. At the same time, it's the same idea when it comes, let's say, to the billing engines. In most of the cases, you need a kind of to build a platform, you need billing engines, and once again, in the same idea, you don't want to put the burden on the user shoulders in terms of integrating and digging into either the billing, either the OpenSIP side on how to put them together, to cover that gray area between two applications. So that's why I'm saying that when you build a VoIP service, it's actually a whole ecosystem that needs to be addressed. So the best thing to do is to look around and to be sure that all the ingredients are over there. Because when you want to make a pie, there is not only one special secret ingredient. It's about the combination of the ingredients that guarantee the success of the pie at the end of the day, right? So everybody wants a slice of the pie. So to make everybody happy, we said, okay, let's try to put everything together and be sure that it works from the perspective of the integration.
I think you pretty much covered it.
Yes, I tried to make a quite not long but just to mention the outlines of what happened here. And today, as being the last day, we had we collected a lot of feedback from the participants, and more or less, I wouldn't take it necessarily as a direct threat, but the idea was don't dare not to organize something like that next year. So yeah, so we want it or not, we have to do it.
Yeah, yeah, this is true. We are stuck in Europe now.
Yes.
Darn.
Well, in the near future, we plan to have a presence in terms of events for the GluCon. We will have workshops before the GluCon conference again, together with the Free Switch team, collaborating to put together things. And we find out that the design clinics were a real success here in terms of something that people are looking for. It's how to say, the easiest way to get access to the knowledge, pinpointing to the things that exactly the things you need. You know, so it's not like a generic discussion on a mailing list or trying to dig in through some documentation. No, you go there, you put the question, you get the answer. That's it. So it's the best way for people to either pick up information, either to validate their ideas, or to understand how things do work. So we plan to retake the design clinic sessions during GluCon 2 in Chicago this year.
First week of August.
Yes, and yeah, and most probably it's not yet something that it's settled, but we are looking forward for a similar thing for Astricon. It will be in Atlanta or no?
Astricon this year is going to be in Arizona, folks.
In Arizona, sorry. Okay, at least it's space.
University of Phoenix Stadium.
Okay.
We're right near it.
Yeah, so I don't know if there are any kind of questions or...
Yeah, I think that we should share some time with the users at this point and let them ask us some questions.
Enough talking.
Are there any?
Anyone wants to add something?
No?
No?
Hi, Lorenzo.
Hi, guys. Long time no see.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we're on the other side of the wall behind you.
Well, everyone should know that these two beautiful individuals made this such an absolutely amazing experience for all of us, and they're part of the reason we want to come back next year. Yes, the pretty one. The one he's pointing at.
No, that was an awesome job to, organizing everything and taking care of all the details in terms of, making it work.
Hi.
Hey!
From the other side.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, it was very, very big pleasure to organize the summit, to work with you guys, to have these amazing participants as well, because we had a very, very great time. And everybody felt very happy, and for the quality of the content, of the presentations and the workshops. I spent some time asking feedback, and yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
Hey,
We have a lot
don't
of
forget
fun
about the beer fabric.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes,
and that
yes,
was
of
an
course.
awesome social event too, wasn't
The
it?
main
Yes.
part was having a nice dinner all together, of course, with beers.
Of course.
Of course.
Hey, that brings the VoIP out in all of us, right?
That's the magic ingredient of VoIP.
And we came back, everybody else in Hotel. So that I think was the most important and more risky part of being in the center of Amsterdam.
No, yeah, that if it will have ever happen, that would be a tough decision to leave this place. I mean,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
terms of the summit.
Yeah.
So
It's a great location. We're going to really stay close to town again next year, I think.
yeah. Not to mention that everybody, I mean, not only us, but also the participants, they really enjoyed everything around here.
Yeah.
Accessibility, the food. God, the food has been great.
Yeah. Probably it will take a bit of a time to digest all the information that we have, and in the next weeks we will compile and put everything together. We have, thanks to Celeste, of course, we have a lot of pictures, photos from the event, and
Bundle the presentations.
master of the video. We have
Thank you.
recordings for everything, and we have to go and collect the presentations from all the speakers to put everything together and share with the unfortunate people who are not able to attend here. So yeah, that will be quite some work for the next days to to do all this. But yes.
So for the rest of you out there that might be catching this at a later time and not live, go to www.opensips.org and you'll catch information about the summit and you'll be able to revisit the time that we had here.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Any other questions for us? Wow, that's great. Well, thank you.
Well,
It's absolutely fantastic to have answered all the questions in one fell swoop in just a few minutes. I
Wow.
congratulate all of you.
We're professionals.
You definitely are. So I've got the slide up for the event, and I thought we had the URL, but you just said it anyway. So.
Yep, again, just in case anybody missed that, www.opensips.org.
Okay. So see you next year, or at ClueCon, or at AstraCon maybe.
For sure.
Definitely.
We'll be at all of them.
Excellent. All right. Everybody who's listening, have a great day, even if you're watching 3 months from now. Bye all.
Bye, Randy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.